to where you stop putting lines in the water again, right? You thought you were too busy. This is a trick of the mind, okay? This is a trick of the mind. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not continuously every single day on top of the other stuff that you're doing, if you're not continuously putting lines in the water, talking to business owners, asking for yeses on screencasts, and doing those screencasts, your well is going to dry up. What up? What y'all doing? Sales accelerator? Damn, I got a melting ice cream all over me. Dope. That is awesome. I wanted to jump on here real quick. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what you're doing, because that's what this is all about. It's about getting in here and coaching you guys. But I know that some of you, and I know that you're doing this just because I did it back in the day, right? It's like when I first kicked off and started doing the 6 steps, you know, I'd get going, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'd have scope of works to do, or I'd have like closing calls to do. And so I started putting off the cold calls, right? I stopped putting lines in the water. And what happens, guys, when you do that is everything dries up, right? Everything starts to dry up. So I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention to this. And I know some of you are doing this by now, is the fact that, man, you got in there, you put a lot of lines in the water, you opened up a lot of doors, you got a lot of interest, and so you brought a lot of work on yourself with screencasts, scope of work, deep dive calls, closing calls, etc., to where you stop putting lines in the water again, right? You thought you were too busy. This is a trick of the mind, okay? This is a trick of the mind. And I'm telling you right now, if you're not continuously every single day on top of the other stuff that you're doing, if you're not continuously putting lines in the water, talking to business owners, asking for yeses on screencasts, and doing those screencasts, your well is going to dry up. You're going to have a point in your business to where it just dries up, and then you're going to hit this spell. I remember doing this. I remember going through this time to where I would freaking get yeses, and then I would shoot the screencast, and I'd land a few businesses, and I'd feel good, and then I'd be like, what the hell? I'd hit like this spell to where nothing was coming in, nothing was going on, and it kind of fucked with my mind. And I want to make sure it doesn't fuck with yours. And just so you guys understand that, you know, this is a trick. It's like you got to be able to balance. You got to be able to balance what you're doing, but you got to always be putting lines in the water. You always have to be getting yeses to screencasts, and you always have to be shooting screencasts. That continuously motion is what's moving the wheels, right? So we would call that's the real motor, right? Everything else might be the transmission or the steering column or whatever on your car, and those things are all great. But at the end of the day, if your motor's blown, if you can't start your motor, then you don't move, right? Your business doesn't move. So we got to get you guys putting lines in the water. Give me a second, because I got to eat this before it melts all over me. But I wanted to jump on here. I wanted to talk to you guys about that, because I know for me as a business owner, that's something I failed on. I tricked myself into thinking I was too busy to keep putting lines in the water. And every time it would freaking dry up, and then I'd have to go and get that momentum again. I'd have to do it all over again. And finally I was like, Josh, stop being stupid. Like, you got to keep doing this. And this is the most important. And guys, I'm telling you right now, the most important thing for you to do every single day is lines in the water, getting yeses, right? And shooting those screencasts. That is the most important thing.